At the start of the year, The Economist laid out its big predictions for 2025. But here we are halfway through, and it's pretty clear that the biggest stories, well, they're the ones nobody saw coming. So let's dive into how 2025 has completely defied expectations.
Seriously, just take a second to think about that. Is the world you're living in right now the one you pictured back in January? I'm going to bet it's thrown you a few curveballs. And if that's the case, trust me, you are not alone.
And that's really the core idea we're going to unpack today. According to The Economist, the most important shifts happening in 2025 weren't the big, flashy headlines we were all braced for. Nope, they were the subtle stories, the ones happening just off to the side. It's time to bring them right into focus.
So, first up, the great AI slowdown. Now that sounds almost impossible, right? I mean, after years of just exponential growth, 2025 was supposed to be AI's big victory lap. Instead, it's turned into a massive, unexpected reality check.
The expectation was so clear. We were all promised this future where AI would just streamline everything, unleash this incredible new era of productivity and make our lives almost totally frictionless. That was the dream that was being sold, big time.
And then, this quote from The Economist just lays bare the messy, expensive truth. Think about that. For every single dollar spent on a cool, shiny new AI model, 10 more were needed just for the energy, the infrastructure, the plumbing, and the people to actually get it to work. The real costs were hidden way in the background. And these hidden costs are really starting to bite. First, there's the absolutely massive, kind of unsustainable energy that data centers need to run. Second, and this is a problem almost nobody saw coming, we're literally running out of high-quality human knowledge to train these models on. But maybe the biggest hurdle of all? It's us. It's the human gap between having a cool AI tool and actually getting people to use it effectively in their everyday jobs.
This whole theme of physical reality bumping up against our digital dreams, it leads us perfectly into our second big surprise. We're going to shift from the digital world of AI to the very, very tangible world of green geopolitics, where the rules of power are being completely rewritten.
For a long time, the common assumption was pretty straightforward. The countries with the most advanced solar, wind, and battery tech, mostly in the West, would obviously lead the global shift to green energy. It was framed as a story about who had the best technology. But 2025 has revealed a totally different power player, what The Economist is calling the climate cartel. Yeah, forget the old oil cartels. This is a brand new geopolitical bloc of nations that control the raw materials, we're talking lithium, cobalt, copper, that all of this green technology is absolutely dependent on. And this chart, wow, this really tells the new story. This climate cartel now controls 65% of all lithium processing. All of a sudden, the game isn't just about who invents the best battery anymore, it's about who controls the stuff you need to build it. Power is literally shifting from the tech innovators to the resource suppliers.
Okay, so our final surprising trend for 2025. This one brings it all right back home to how we actually live our lives. Because after years of just non-stop digitization, 2025 is the year we're seeing a really significant, tangible pushback. Welcome to the analog revival.
I mean, for years, the narrative has felt inevitable, right? That our lives would just get more and more tangled up with algorithms, our choices would be predicted for us, and our days would be optimized for total digital efficiency.
But now, this alternative path is really starting to emerge. People are actively trading the efficiency of algorithms for the beautiful randomness of serendipity. They're swapping out digital prediction for actual physical tactility, the feel of things. And they're choosing real, small-scale community over massive digital scale. It's a very conscious choice for a whole different set of values. And you can see this stuff everywhere. It's in the huge boom of farmers markets and pottery classes. It's in the surprising comeback of simple dumb phones that just make calls. It's in the rising sales of physical books, board games, and vinyl records. People are craving real, tangible experiences they can hold in their hands. Okay, so we've got an AI slowdown, a new geopolitical resource map, and a societal push for analog experiences. On the surface, they seem like totally separate things, right? But they are deeply connected. Let's connect those dots. It turns out every single one of these trends boils down to the exact same thing, the massive collision of our digital hype with messy, complex physical reality. Whether we're talking about the energy grid needed for AI, a mineral deposit for batteries, or just the simple human desire for a real conversation, reality is pushing back. So what are the big takeaways for the rest of 2025? Well, there are 3 key lessons here. First,
reality has friction. Innovation will always face real-world limits. Second, resources are still power. Physical materials still shape our future, no matter how advanced our tech gets. And third, humans seek connection. Never ever underestimate our fundamental need for tangible offline experiences.
And that leaves us with a really powerful question as we look ahead. What's another big assumption we're all making right now about technology or politics or our culture that's about to collide head-on with reality? And what's the next big story that we're all missing?